Hello, everybody. This is Stacy Turner with our DMOpro Zoom. We're so excited to have you. We are ending our summer sales skills series, and I've gotten pretty good at saying that over the last couple of months without stumbling. I thought perfect way to wrap this up is looking at what we would call the end of the funnel. So a sales funnel is just basically the idea of bringing people into they call it a funnel because it's like as a visual, it's kind of like you're putting a bunch of people at the top and then they kind of work down. So we're going from awareness of the product. So you're just having a conversation to interest to where they're like, hey, is that for me? Is that something I would be interested in? To a desire of I need that in my life, to the action of taking the steps and moving towards actually purchasing. So filling out the form or submitting the link. And then the last one is loyalty. So customer loyalty. So it's one thing to really get good at sales, but we don't want to just get sales and then have people cancel, right? And that can be so frustrating. And it happens. It's just part of life with any sort of business. We've kind of talked about that before. If you think about any sort of business, any type of business, there's always going to be sort of a loss of customers that leave and new customers that come in. And so if we understand that, it kind of helps us to keep from getting sort of like comfortable with, oh, I've got all these customers, and then I don't have to get any more customers because I have a qualified business or I have, whatever is up. But then people will cancel. So if you have nobody coming into your funnel, new people coming in, that's an issue. But it's also an issue if your customers are constantly canceling, right? Like there shouldn't be a constant loss of customers. Some is important, but not just all of them. So this last week, I was working on a newsletter for my customers, wanting to let them know, hey, we're going to be doing this shift, kind of giving a family update. And at least once a year, I like to send them. No, it is once a year. I would like to do it more than once a year, but once a year it actually happens where I send them all a gift card. So if they're local, I'll send them a $5 gift card to our coffee shop we go to all the time. It's the only one in town outside of Starbucks. And so if they're not local, I send them a Starbucks $5 gift card. And sadly, $5 at these places doesn't even buy a cup of coffee, but it's a good start, right? So you can buy those on Amazon in packs of 10 for $5 each. So a couple months ago, I bought those and I was like, okay, I'm going to do a monthly newsletter. And then I bought some cute cards and I was like, okay, I'm going to send a card. And, all the things don't happen until it had to happen, which happens to be this week of like, really, it should have been a couple weeks ago. Get this information out to them and let them know, hey, this is coming. So I'm going to give you guys the template that I used or an example, and I'll give you one that you can screenshot or you can save as an image on your phone, and then you'll take it into Canva and edit it to yourself for your own information. Not that you can click on it and edit. You're gonna have to go back to our Canva tutorial where I gave you guys a couple weeks ago, where you save it as an image and then you put in text boxes and you do that. So you won't be able to edit the information that I put in, but you will be able to put in your own information, and I'll give you mine as example. So I hope that kind of helps you guys with that. So why do we have to recreate the wheel, right? If somebody's already done it, I would love to share that with you guys. So I had those printed through Canva, and then I've been folding them and stuffing envelopes. So just need to put stamps on them today and send them out. So I was just wanting to let them know, hey, there's this shift coming where you're going to be, taking care of your own order, basically. And of course, I worded it positively. And so that's just an example that I've done in the past to try to keep brand loyalty to me, where they're thinking Juice Plus and they know Stacy is the one. So that's one thing to think about. And customer loyalty is that, first of all, you want the brand connected to you. I don't want to advertise the brand so much, right? Like I'm not going to pay to advertise in some magazine that says Juice Plus, which would be, against our rules and regulations anyway, but it wouldn't make sense. Like, why would I personally pay to brand, for the logo of Juice Plus or the brand of, like, you're trying to brand yourself. So I want them thinking Stacy Juice Plus, Stacy Health, Stacy Helpful, Stacy Resource, that sort of thing. So when you're posting online, that's what you're branding yourself out as. And that kind of becomes that brand loyalty where they're loyal to you as well as the product. So to help somebody have a great product experience is going to help them become a loyal customer. So customer loyalty starts right when they become a customer, helping them get in the habit of taking their Juice Plus. Where are they going to keep it? Are they going to put it in on the counter? Bottles that get put in the cabinet are where like Juice Plus goes to die. Like there's no benefit to their health if it sits on a shelf. They've got to get it into their body. So it's our job to help them have a good experience. And that comes from taking the product. And often it's reminding them of why they wanted it in the first place, connecting it back to their why. So maybe even customer loyalty goes back even farther, right? Maybe it really has a lot to do with the whole experience with you from the very start of the conversation. How did they feel from you? Pushy people can still get orders, right? Like I've had people that on our team, I don't know, they would tell me to do something and I was like, yes, ma'am, like whatever you want me to do. Like, I don't even know. It's not like I was afraid of them, but ma'am, they were bossy and like, I would just do it. Like, and then I would think, wait a minute, why doing this? Like she's not even in charge of me and I'm like following her direction. So you can have somebody that just sort of has that personality where they are in command and people do what they say and they say, give me your credit card, and people hand it over and they order. But here's what I have found. There's not really a loyalty to that decision either. It may have just been out of fear of that person's like bossiness that they were like, oh goodness, okay, I guess I'm going to order. And then they cancel in 4 months. They'll just call the company. They don't even have to do that now with a new system. They'll just be able to log on and cancel it. You won't have any connection to that, right? So we want to have a good experience with them all the way so that they're really solid in why they're ordering Juice Plus. I don't want somebody just to order it to make me happy. It won't work. They won't take it. Like it's the same thing as if you buy Juice Plus for someone, they won't take it. Like you can give it to a gift. There's no investment on their part. They often won't take it. It's why I don't pay somebody's distributor application like ever. If you can't afford $52, if you can't find a way to fit that in, if you can't sell something on Facebook or not go out to eat this month, like I don't know what to tell you. You don't really want it either. And I'm not going to, I just have never found that work, honestly, not even one time. So, you can give a gift of Juice Plus to someone and give samples to them. But honestly, I've just not really found when you order and you pay for someone's Juice Plus that they take it very serious either. So I think loyalty really starts with those initial conversations we have with them, that we're building that trust and that foundation, and then your consistency in connecting with them. So it's not just a one sale, like a hit and run where you're like, thanks for your card and see you later. And you never talk to them again, where they never hear from you. I don't know if any of you guys get leads from the company, but man, those can be hard, right? Those are people that just went online and they just ordered. They didn't want anyone bothering them. And then here we are bothering them. And so a lot of times there's no loyalty to that. They don't know me. I don't know them. I don't know their story. Sometimes it goes well where you can connect with them and they talk to you and you learn this whole story about them and it's fantastic and you build a relationship and they become team members. I have those on my team. So it is a thing, but more than likely, they don't reconnect with you. There's not really a relationship built, and they often don't stay as customers. That's just kind of what I have found. I'm happy to get them, and I do all I can to take care of them, but there's really not a loyalty to me either because they don't know me. They just went online. So how can we build that rapport with those type of people that are leads and with our customers that they want to continue to do business with them? So one of those is that we're continually giving them value, right? So we're offering information to them that helps keep them on this health journey, that helps encourage them along the way, that helps remind them, oh yeah, that's why this is important. And then that really can be through events that you're doing where you're still inviting customers to come. Don't forget about customers when you're inviting to those events. Oftentimes we're thinking of the new conversations we're having with people, and we can tend to forget those that have already said yes to Juice Plus. those are people that are taking it. They're continuing to reorder. They're more likely to order another product from you because they already have loyalty to the brand because they've had a good experience. And they want to continue on that educational journey too. So make sure you're inviting those customers to an event, especially if you have a big doctor come into town, like a big event with a doctor speaking, or you're doing something bigger. Make sure you're inviting those customers because they can be sharing their story at the table with your prospects. Oh yeah, I've been taking Juice Plus this long, and they're like helping us do our job just because they have a loyalty to us and to the brand, to the product. And so that loyalty to the brand is the connector, but to the product is really because they've had a good experience. So let's go back to that. How do we help them have the best experience? They need to be taking it, right? Not just sitting on the cabinet. So where are they going to keep it? And then when you're checking in with them, what's their experience so far? Have they noticed any changes? Are they feeling more peace of mind now that they're getting this produce into their diet? Sometimes people will say, I don't really notice a difference. Celebrate that. Hey, that's great. Not everybody notices something up front. There's a great survey out there in boards that you can ask them questions when they first get started compared to 4 months later. Have you noticed any changes in these areas? And sometimes they're like, I didn't even connect that. Like I wasn't even really connecting those points that, yes, I do feel better in this area. And that's what events can do as well. When somebody else is sharing their story, they're like, oh yeah, I've seen that too. Me too. That whole thing we've talked about before. Me too. I see that. I noticed that. And so it makes them feel like more part of that community too. And speaking of community, I think that's one of our best loyalty programs we have is inviting people to our business. I mean, when I think about my team members, they're the ones that have been on Juice Plus the longest. I have some great customers that as I was going through this list of people and I was putting their names on, I'm like, man, they have been with Juice Plus for a very long time. Like they have ordered Juice Plus for years from me. That is incredible. It's a $5 gift card. It's the least I can do. I've definitely made more than $5 on that order, right? So I was just like, man, there's a lot of them. And when I look at my team, I think that's really where the loyalty has played in. When somebody becomes a partner, they have just a little bit of buy-in. Even right now till the end of the month, it's $10, but then it's $52. Even that little bit, just they lean in a little bit more. I can invite them to something that I may not necessarily invite a customer. I've never had a customer come to conference with me, but I've had team members, and I have a couple of team members this time coming that they really are a customer, right? They're not involved in the business. They may listen to some of the things I share, but they don't even have one customer underneath them. They're not sharing Juice Plus. They really are a customer, but because they are a partner, they signed up, they've been getting a little bit more exposure to that with me. They're coming to conference. Conference can change everything, right? So being a part of our community can really change everything just with that little bit of buy-in that, hey, you're a part of us. This is what we're doing. We're hosting this big event where you like to be a part of that. Who can you invite? Who can you bring in? We're a team here and we want you to be a part of this team. Or, hey, I'm doing a dinner just for my Juice Plus team and we're going to be meeting at my house at whatever on this weekend. Would you like to come? It's that inclusion. Hey, I choose you. Come on along with me. That can really change somebody's mindset. Again, they hear other people's stories. And so the brand loyalty helps when they're getting money back. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for a business, but I looked for money back. I was interested in, hey, I can host a party. I like to do that. So who could I invite to it and share this with? But over time, I fell in love with the community. Over time, I fell in love with the education and the resources. And this became something I was willing to stick with for 21 years. And so that just wouldn't have happened if I had stayed as a customer. I know it wouldn't have. I would have already canceled Juice Plus just because I was distracted. I was off to something else and we kind of end up doing our own thing. So I know for my parents, that would have been the same thing. They stayed on Juice Plus because I stayed in the game. I was learning. I was sharing. Hey, did you know this? Hey, this new research came out. Hey, I went to conference and I heard about this and I thought about you. And hey, let's make this change together, right? Like on that health journey that we talk about, that we stay engaged with people, they stay engaged with us. It's just at a different level with team. And a lot of times they kind of are what we would call maybe a glorified customer, but it's still a loyalty to the Juice Plus and to our team, our community, and to that brand to where they will stay on it longer. So Leanne Harris did an excellent call last week. I don't know if you guys listened to it on the Keep Punching University Zoom, and it was Hug Your Customers. And she was talking about really just going extra and over and beyond for our customers. Like, how can you really step into their lives and their hearts and show them a different way and show that you care, that you love them. That can really make a difference when you send somebody a message and say, hey, I saw your post about this and just want you to know I'm praying for you guys. I can imagine that's hard. Or like you just lean into a conversation, and it's not just about a sale, but it's about that relationship that you're building. And she did an excellent job. So we'll find that and put it into the Voxer chat, because I would really encourage you guys to listen to it and take to heart what she has to say. And it was just really conversational. It was a great Zoom. So thank you, Leanne, for doing that for us. And I just want to encourage you, lean into that. Like it's okay to not do perfect customer care, right? None of us are perfect. I've let people's box ship without alerting them. I've forgotten to change their payment information. I've made a mess of boxes that were shipped and they weren't supposed to. Like, it's okay. You can fix those things, right? And you just go back and you apologize for it. And really, as we step into this new system, that's going to be very hands off for us. I'm nervous. Like, I don't want to let that go, because I love the connection and I love being able to help someone. Hey, like, let me help you with that, or it's, no problem. I'm glad to help. I'm going to feel like I'm going to be like, sorry, you're just going to have to do that. I know that's not the case, but like, that's where I don't want my mind to go or my care to go, right? So we're going to have to get sort of inventive of what does this new care for our customers look like, and how can we really lean in different ways if we're not able to adjust orders outside of getting their username and password, which we can ask them for if they want to give it to us. That kind of seems like a pain to have to save everyone's. I will do that only on like an extreme basis. But we'll still be alerting our customers, hey, this box is going to be shipping. Here's your information to sign up as a customer portal, which we don't have that yet. Like, I can't even pass that along to them. We don't have it until the new system is in place in September, but we're going to have to learn that. And that's on us to learn it. We can say, I'm overwhelmed by this. It's too much change. I don't like computers. I don't want to have to learn this program. You can go ahead and do that, but you're not going to be able to give the same level of care to your customers that you have in the past if you don't step in and learn. We can have new things coming at us, and we can let that fear of it kind of shut us down. Like, I know that I'm already sort of in that mindset, right? Like, I can let that, like, holding on to, no, I want to be able to do this, and I don't want to learn this new system. Nobody is served with that, even yourself. It just gets all into your head. So let's just be open-minded, open hand, open heart to this, thankful that we will have less glitches. Please let there be less glitches. And just walk into this knowing, okay, it's going to be a learning curve for everyone. There's going to be some great resources. There already are on the hub that you can look on. And I know in Campbell team, they have a whole folder and boards with information. There's going to be some more training coming out this week. And then really, once it rolls over, we'll have a lot more information at that point too. So just knowing things are changing, change is good. It's not always bad. Just really embracing that, accepting it, and looking at new ways that we can really step up the game and be a better customer service. So like I said, mail out something that you can send to your customers. It's not very often you get snail mail anymore, right? So it's kind of fun to get something in mail, especially a gift card or a thank you card. An extra message sent out to let them know, hey, this is coming. Project Broadcast really makes that easy. I will send that to them in the mail, but I'm also letting them know, hey, be watching for something. I'll text them, be watching for something from me in the mail. I've had, this was interesting, a team member that had canceled, or had never renewed their partnership, but I never took her off my team member broadcast. And so she actually came back as a team member, and she was like, thank you for keeping me in touch. She didn't even know she was out of the system, right? Like, really, she had no idea that she hadn't even renewed her partnership. And so she was just like it was amazing that I was still texting her. I mean, she didn't know it was automatically set up and it was through Project Broadcast. And like, she didn't need to know all of that, right? Our customers don't need to know all of that either. They just need to know, hey, we're showing up for them. We're here for them. We notice them, even if it's through Project Broadcast, but it's an excellent resource to be able to mass send information without having to copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, making a list. And you make a list once, you kind of do the work ahead of time so that it's easy to get in there. So I would love to hear from you guys when it comes to customer loyalty. So keeping those customers long term, what are some things that you have done through the years to just keep the conversation going, keep them loyal to the product, taking it, little extra gifts or something that you guys send them? Let's hear from you. And remember, you are muted.
Stacy, I typically, when I get a new order, a new customer or whatever, I always send a thank you card, just letting them know. And because like you said too, we don't get snail mail other than garbage, so, and I like to get things, so I figure other people do too. As far as ongoing, I try to keep in touch with my customers. I don't have a ton of customers, so as far as like, I was thinking of this transition, so I was going to email everybody. I call them too, but I was going to email them and I was going to send them Mitra Ray's consolidation of the research, just to remind you, this is what's going on in your body since you're taking this, just so that they can see, and hopefully that will help them to, want to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah. Reminding them what's in it for them. That's a great reminder, Nancy. They have to remember, why am I taking this, to keep from getting distracted. Sometimes they're not going to notice changes. So they've got to have the intellectual reminder of, oh yeah, there's science behind this. This is what's happening in my body. That's so important. So good. Deborah, did you want to share?
Thanks, Stacy. After being someone who initially was very bad at customer care, I learned the hard way, losing customers over and over, that I really needed to take the few moments that it takes to be in touch with my customers. And I have a decent group of, consistent customers. I'm always inviting new people to become customers, out of sharing. But I really learn what's the best way to communicate with each customer. Some people don't want me to text them. Some people, only respond to emails. Some people never look at their emails. So it's important to get what way or couple of ways is the best way to communicate with them. I have a work life where I'm physically in a lot of different areas, and I plan to drop in or let someone know, hey, I'm going to be over in your way. You want to have tea or coffee? Or and I also find out what's going on with the family when I can. I read a lot of Facebook posts about my customers to find out what's the latest on them. Those are some of the things I do. I send birthday cards in the mail. I always post on their Facebook birthday as well. And I have a really simple, kind of spreadsheet for that I cooked up. I'm really good at using a template. If you have a template, I will use it because I'm not going to be making up a, uh, uh, a spreadsheet or something like that. So those are a few of the things that I do.
That's excellent, Deborah. That's so good. And, when you're talking about kind of like a template, remember you can make your own boards page and, or folder and have like pre-typed out birthday message or, so you're not having to rethink it every time when you're wanting to send out a message to somebody. So what can you do ahead of time to just make that even more simple versus thinking, oh, this is going to take me so much time? Deborah, I'm interested to know, when you talked about not really doing great customer care at first, I've heard people say, I don't reach out to my customers because I'm afraid they're going to cancel. So if I don't reach out to them, like if I send a message, hey, your box is going to be coming, like they're convinced they're going to say, oh, I want to cancel and I don't want it anymore. Sometimes that does happen. Like honestly, it does. But I wonder if the fear of that held you back at first. What do you think it
That
was?
that wasn't it for me. For
Okay.
me, I had an ill mother and a full-time job at the time that I began. And I also was recovering from a spinal fracture myself when I began. Um, and and it was certainly my thinking. My thinking was, I can't possibly do everything. And it was just my thinking. It wasn't accurate because I haven't had really much less of a full life since then. And I do a lot of customer care and I do a lot of physical visits and I create events and I go to conference and I go to local. I'm just now creating a local sort of central to West Houston events group of sideline buddies who don't want to travel 30 miles to an event or 60 miles to an event when there's now a concentration of us right in Houston, um, where we can create something like that. And I know that's going to be putting something in my schedule, and I'm all for it because I know that's what's going to build my business and help more people.
So I think, Deborah, what I caught from that is like a season of life, right? Maybe you just felt at that moment like I can't possibly care for anyone else. Like there was a lot of caregiving going on. What if we could just be honest with ourselves like that and understanding there are seasons in life? Don't beat yourself up if you're not at a place where you can go one-on-one or you can send out a newsletter or you can afford to buy a gift card for everyone. It's okay. It's going to look different as you go along and you're going to grow into that. You kind of like a lot of things in life, you have to do it bad to realize, oh, something better get better here. It's probably me. And then you change and you learn and you do better with it. And that's what I hear from you, Deborah. And kudos to you, like that you have grown into that and you didn't just say, see, everybody canceled Juice Plus. Nobody wants it. They're not going to stay on it anyway. What's the point of getting customers? This doesn't work. This is dumb business. I'm
Thank you,
out.
Stacy, for that
So
because I do tend to be hard on myself. And when I look back at that time, I can see, I had some regret. I know I should be doing this.
mm,
I'm not doing it. And I didn't really lean on my upline to say, I'm not going to be doing this right now. Can we get on a three-way call with this customer? Things that were available that I wasn't seasoned in. And I hesitated to ask.
yeah.
And so it's all a great learning process and everything is education in this business.
Yes. Yeah. And we're all on this journey at different places. So thank you, Deborah, for sharing that with us. That was such great
Thank you,
reminders on so
Stacy.
many levels. Patty, what you got?
Real quick, because I know we're close to the end. Deborah, that was just incredible. So thank you for sharing and about the words and the mindset that we do for ourselves, especially. But hopefully we can continue this. And I know Alita's on, but I don't know if she can chime in, but she's had great ideas. We're coming close to Halloween because, right, everything's Halloween already. But then Thanksgiving and Christmas, and she has had, I think mentioned that she goes and buys a $2 basil plant or rosemary plant or whatever and delivers them locally. And but I think if we can kind of have that mindset like you're saying and think about what can we get locally, what can we send out that's inexpensive, that's going to be a blessing, maybe instead of a $5 gift card from Starbucks, maybe we send them a sample of the chewables, which is less, and just say, hey, this is a great thing to think about for Halloween treats instead of whatever. So anyway, Alita is magical on that creativity also.
Yeah, sending out Luminate samples. I thought of that later. I was like, I could have saved quite a bit, like sending them a Luminate, which could have led to an order. Like, I'm not going to get any cutback on that Starbucks order. So that's a great idea to send, a product. sometimes I feel like it's nice to actually gift them a gift that's not a promotional item, right? Like there's a time and a place for promotion items, and then something that is like a true gift. Alita, you're unmuted, so we want to hear from you. What you got?
Oh, okay. Way back when they had the little accordion files, we would get these postcards. You can get them at Promo Plus, and a lot of them have like the healthy living links on them, so they have free cookbooks and all of that kind of stuff. And then it's cheaper to mail a postcard, right, than it is a letter. So you put their name and address on it, and then you put it in the 15th of each month. So January goes in, February goes in, March it goes in, and then the first of each month you pull all your postcards out and put them in the mail. So as soon as you get a new customer, you kind of create that. I have a couple of reps on my team that are really good at customer care. They never let an order go out, and I guess they found that because I used to do that. But as we get more into this business, we get more like managing. We slip, and I send a newsletter out to my whole team every month, and I have for like 15 years. And then I send a magazine. I've created a magazine. I send them out to my customers once a quarter. And then I do get little gifts for them at Christmas, or I do customer appreciation days where we'll have not acai bowls, but friendship bowls, I call it. And I have like a little on my boards, I have a whole thing of what I do and the ingredients list. I created an ingredients list and all that. So I think God just gives you an opportunity to see them, right, in the community. So when I do, I'm just like, I gratefully thank them for it, for their business. I remember having somebody say that to me once. I thought it was kind of weird at first, but she goes, "Thank you for your business." And I'm like, "Wow, I like that. I am in business." So I usually do that. I'll say, "Thank you for your order." I right away send them some, like we used to have on our virtual office, like little postcards and things like that we can shoot off to somebody that has a really fun picture. But on my boards now, I have probably 120 motivational quotes and really cool stuff under customer care. And so I'll just shoot that off to them, sporadically. So, I have probably 150 customers, but this was years of getting many, many customers, and many customers have left and gone. They see the shiny penny, they've come back. That's just the nature of our business, is they'll find something else and then they'll call you back and say, "I wasn't really, really happy with that product," or whatever. And so just be your authentic self. And if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to give Starbucks cards, give them Trader Joe's cards. Most people really love that. And I just check out, and then I say, "I need 20 Trader Joe's cards." And I grab the cutest ones I can find. And everybody loves those because they're pretty and they're already in there. And a lot of people, don't drink coffee. So it's not like, I guess they can get tea too. But so, yeah, there's all kinds of ideas to do. The Halloween thing, I usually send them either a poem about it, or I attach it to chewable samples with my card. I usually get a great big huge box of toys or toothbrushes or stuff like that. Everybody in my neighborhood knows that I don't give out candy, so they love coming here. And so they never know what they're going to get. And it's so funny because you never know what it's going to take for somebody to say, "I want to get started." I had for 6 years straight, I had a customer who came to my door and said, "I need to get on that Juice Plus stuff." And I said, "Okay, just give me a call." Stupid me, right? Well, the 6th time she said, "I need to get on that Juice Plus stuff." And I said, "How about I come over tomorrow and we get you all dialed in?" Well, she ended up becoming a rep of mine, and we're good friends today. So you just never know, and never underestimate, if you think somebody really has the money and they don't really want to do the business, never underestimate. And those of us in Phoenix right now, there's no reason why we can't be inviting other people. Or if you're driving into conference. Before COVID, you guys, we went to 2 conferences a year. plus boot camps. Some of us went to 2 boot camps a year. And it really bridged the gap, if you want to talk about bridging the gap in our education and our excitement for the business. So I want to encourage all of you. There's a lot of discounted $75 tickets left. If you're on the fence, please come. This is going to be a game changer conference. It really is. And I think we all need to be there because you don't want to feel out of the loop when they introduce something else. All right. So that's it.
Excellent, Alita. Such great reminders. That's all we need, right? Right there. But I do see Marcy has a question. Or maybe that you want to add in, maybe not.
Yes, this was given to my husband, put on his car this morning. Can you see the little duck?
We
And it says,
can.
"Hi, I'm Jen, a business owner of Strong Moms Online Fitness. I design effective workouts for busy moms with little or no equipment using my app," and on and on. Contact me for more information. I just thought it was so cute to use the
It's
duck
super
theme.
cute.
And you know, that probably cost her what? A big, huge bag of ducks was $10. And so I may use that, but I'm definitely going to call her and see if she wants to get Juice Plus for her business.
Yeah,
I
excellent.
bet you there's a bulk amount of apples that we can get online, you know?
Yes, that would be perfect. Thank you. And I love everything you just said too.
Yeah, just being bold, like that took boldness for the lady to go around and put them on cars or whatever
Yep.
she did. But what can 1 minute of like 30 seconds, whatever that took to put on the car can lead to something else. And Alita, I just wanted to kind of touch on something you said of like, this is really about engagement with someone. You have to sometimes engage in a different way to get things to move forward. And so saying, "Hey, I'll come over to your house. Let me just come over." Had the same experience with somebody that I would love to. She's a new customer this month. I would like her to be on our team. And she ordered 2 quads. Like, why would I not share that with her? I sent her the links. She ordered right away. And then I said, "Hey, would you be interested in getting 10% back on these orders?" And she never answered. I could have, and I sort of did, went in my head. I'm like, "Oh yeah, see, she doesn't want to." Like, that was kind of a weird thing. I got busy. I just didn't really come back to it. And then I wanted to take her a gift. So I knew, like, if I can get in front of her and talk with her, I can help move this forward. This like texting it's just not going to work. So I went to her house. I sent a message, "Hey, I'm going to be in your neighborhood. I'd like to get, I have a little gift for you." And I gave her some samples of the shake and she was like, "Perfect timing. I got all of the Juice Plus. I have it set out. I don't really know what to do with it." So we walked through different scenarios where she was going to put all the things right and just help build that belief. But in that, I was able to have the conversation. And she said, "I saw your message. I got busy. I just wasn't, I never replied." It wasn't that she wasn't interested. She got busy, right? So I was there to pursue the result that I want. So we talked about it. I sent her the link. She still hasn't filled it out. I can still get into my head and say, "Oh, she's not interested." It's my job to pursue that relationship and that connection and make sure she really understands. And it's a solid yes or a solid no versus "I just forgot." And then she misses out on that opportunity. So I have 6 new team members this month, guys, because I've never had that many. But I am like, you might as well become a partner. You're going to be managing your own orders. I will be able to give you a heads up, but I'm not going to be able to adjust them for you. I would rather you get that 10% at least, and let's get you to Partner Plus. I can help you get $100 on top of your paycheck. And they're interested, they're open to it. Everyone has kind of been like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." It's not a huge commitment till the end of the month. It's only $10. Go back to your customers you've gotten this month and offer it to them and invite them to conference. You don't know. And it's a no for sure. If you don't ask, it's a no. I had 2 girls commit to conference last week. Like, you just don't know unless you ask. It will be a no if there's no conversation about it. So just give them some direction. No comparing ourselves to anyone on this call today. Ladies, get that comparison out of your head. It's not fair. We're all in a different season of life and a different place. We have the opportunity to grow. We're going to grow with our customers. Our care is going to get better as we go along in different seasons of life. Just do what you can. right? Lean in, do what you can, learn new things. I'm proud of you for being on here. This ends our summer sales skills series. I know the summer is ending. That's so sad. I have a wedding this Sunday with our youngest daughter. We're super excited about that. So next Monday we will not meet, and then probably we'll wait until after conference. I'll let you know how I'm doing a week later because we're starting another bookstore. Can you imagine the week after the wedding? Why slow down? Why do that? That's just silliness. So let's just go full force all the way to conference and beyond, right? So proud of you guys. So thankful that you're on here with us. I love that we can have these conversations, and I just appreciate all of your wisdom. So thank you for joining in.